She never came. And yet, beneath the vast sky, a prince sat waiting, counting the hours, measuring silence with the beat of his heart. Fazza, the poet of hidden wounds, wrote verses on the wind, each word carved with longing, each line heavy with sorrow. And still, she never came. He waited not as a ruler, not as the son of a proud land, but as a man whose heart once believed that promises are rivers flowing, faithful, never running dry, but the river of her presence was never born. The footsteps he dreamed of hearing never touched the earth beside him. The doors of hope remained closed, and Fazza's smile became the mask of a man who hides storms behind his eyes. O world, do you not see? The prince does not cry for his throne, nor for gold, nor for glory. He cries for love that was absent, for a meeting that never happened, for a silence that thundered louder than 1,000 wars. His country looked at him with pride, but within his soul, the weight of an unanswered call bent his spirit down. She did not come, yet he waited, as if time itself would one day feel mercy and deliver her presence like rain upon the desert of his heart. He wrote poems under the stars, he whispered her name to the sea, and the winds carried his sorrow across the dunes, where no one could hold it, no one could heal it. A man who carries a nation on his shoulders still carries loneliness in his chest. And what are crowns if the heart beneath them is broken? What is strength if the soul inside is tired of waiting? She never came. But Fazza never left. He remained, seated in patience, turning his tears into pearls of poetry, his pain into rivers of rhythm, so the world could see that even princes bleed. And still, he whispers, maybe tomorrow, maybe one day she will come. She never came, and yet the dawn kept rising, painting the sky with colors of hope, while inside him the night refused to end. Every sunrise was a question, every sunset a wound. He would walk by the sea, hoping its waves might bring her voice to his ears. But the waves carried only silence, and silence became his companion. He built castles in the air, not of stone, but of faith. He thought if love was true, distance could not kill it, and time could not bury it. But her absence was sharper than any sword, her silence colder than the desert's midnight wind. Fazza spoke to the moon. O moon, do you not see her? Does her face not pass across your silver reflection? Tell me, why does she hide, when my heart has nothing left but prayers for her return? The moon did not answer. The stars blinked, but their light carried no message. The world was full of beauty, but without her, every beauty turned pale. He smiled for the people. For the world he was strong, unshaken, untouchable. But when the doors closed and shadows filled the room, the prince became a boy again, lost in memories, searching for a hand that never reached for his. She never came. Yet he carved her name into every verse, into every sigh, so that eternity might know how deeply he loved, how faithfully he waited. He asked the desert, O desert, you are endless, yet you echo my loneliness. Can you carry my message to her? Tell her the prince she forgot still breathes only for her return. The desert whispered back, but its voice was only the wind, empty, hollow, like the spaces she left in his soul. Time moved on. The world crowned him with victories. The nations sang his name. But in the quiet chambers of his heart, there was no celebration, only the ache of waiting. Fazza's poetry grew heavy, each line a drop of blood, each rhyme a piece of his soul. And though she never came, he wrote as if she listened, as if his words might one day break the silence of her absence. For love does not die when ignored, it becomes eternal, an endless song, a wound that glows instead of heals. She never came. Yet Fazza still waits, not for her footsteps, but for a miracle, for the day when even silence would turn into her voice. Fazza sat in silence. The desert wind carried his sighs. Stars above him seemed to weep, mirroring the sorrow in his eyes. He whispered to the night, "She belongs to my country," yet her footsteps never touched my door. Her voice never reached my longing heart. Every festival felt empty, every celebration incomplete. For what is joy without the presence of the one you await? He saw the falcons soaring, free across the endless sky, and wondered if freedom meant to fly away from those who never arrived. His horse stood still beside him, loyal yet quiet, as if it too knew the pain of waiting for someone who never comes. Fazza wrote verses in the sand, each grain a memory, each word a wound, washed away by the desert breeze. If only she knew, he thought, that her absence breaks me more than the sharpest storm, than the cruelest sun. The moon rose, casting silver tears upon the dunes, and Fazza closed his eyes, holding his sorrow close, like a secret only the desert understood.